I fear some of you guys truly don't understand how scary this is. So many reporters refuse to sign the Pentagon's new "we promise not to report stuff you don't pre-approve" rules that dozens literally turned in their badges and left the building. Like the Pentagon had a full-blown walkout. Pete Hegseth rolled out some new press rules that said, if you want Pentagon credentials, you have to acknowledge that you won't use or obtain unauthorized information, including material that's already public knowledge, or they can yank your badge and brand you a security risk. Reporters had to sign this bullshit by Tuesday or lose access on Wednesday. And most major news outlets said, fuck no, packed up their shit and left. Essentially what Pete Hegseth did was tell journalists they're not allowed to do journalism. If reporters can lose access for simply asking about non-pre-approved facts, then sources stop talking, leaks dry up, and the only story that's left is the official one. That's not security, that's PR management. And now we're all blocked off from important information. We're talking war planning, troop safety, civilian casualties, all areas where independent scrutiny has historically exposed fuck-ups in the government and saved lives. So with reporters outside the fucking building now, speed and access no longer exist. Which means we learn less, and what we do learn, we learn later when we're facing the consequences. Now, why is this so fucking scary? Because there's historical precedent for this kind of fucking shit. There was once something called the Editor's Law. It forced journalists to register with the government. It banned people of color, Jewish people, and anyone who criticized those in power from working in the media. Every article had to strengthen the nation. You couldn't publish anything that made the government look bad. And you want to guess who came up with that law? Hitler. Well, it's official, everyone. The United States is officially siding with Nazis. What the fuck? Stupid fucking dumb fucking Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch. It's time for the Daily Scrape. You know what's fucking terrifying? Grown-ass men in their 20s and 30s saying shit like, I love Hitler, joking about gas chambers, calling black people monkeys and the N-word, and using words like in their day-to-day vocabulary. And then we have the US Department of Homeland Security tweeting one word: remigrate. Let's start with the group chat. JD Vance tried to call it kids being stupid, but sir, these kids are paying taxes and are running or already in office. The leaked Telegram group chat is 2,900 pages long, and the people in it are between the ages of 24 and 35. Samuel Douglas, 27, an actual Vermont state senator. Peter Guinta, 31 years old, former head of the New York Young Republicans. These aren't boys, they're legislators. Like, some of these motherfuckers literally contribute to making laws. Guinta wrote, I love Hitler, and everyone who votes no goes to the gas chamber. Joe Maligno replied, can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the aesthetic. And Kay Katie, I'm ready to watch people burn. Luke Mossaman, the Spanish came to America and had sex with every woman. And Alex Dwyer jumped in. Sex, it was rape. Then he dropped 1488, which is Nazi code for Hail Hitler. These people need to be placed in a padded fucking room with straitjackets on and given extensive therapy, not leading organizations that shape the young minds of future Republicans. Now cut to DHS tweeting remigrate. That's not random. It's a Nazi-era term for mass deportations and ethnic cleansing. And now our own government is using it. And when they were called out, DHS spokesperson Trisha McLaughlin literally replied, is the English language too difficult for you? And sent a dictionary link. Bitch, we know the definition of remigrate, you dumb twat. That's the fucking problem. They're taking white nationalist vocabulary and making it policy. That's not patriotism, that's Nazi fucking Germany. Great news, everyone! Mail can no longer be sent to the US.
Yes! Oh my god, that's so amazing! Yay!
Several countries are suspending or drastically limiting shipments and packages to the United States, all because of the US's sudden change in import rules. Yeah, we're not just talking like heavy crates, furniture, we're talking about all of it. The US ended an exemption it had where packages under $800 were tariff-free. So now all packages are taxed and need customs handling. Postal services in Europe, Asia, Oceania, they've all responded by completely pausing some or most US-bound parcel services. In Europe, we're talking France, Germany, Italy, the UK, Belgium, Sweden, Denmark. All of them are pausing or limiting US-bound parcels. In Asia and Pacific countries, got Japan, India, Singapore, Thailand, Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand, who have all suspended or limited postal shipments to the United States. Bitch, we even got Mexico that recently suspended all package shipments because of the US's tariff confusion. So it appears as though the US is almost officially isolated from the rest of the world. Yay! Oh my god. Oh my god. How could it get any better? Really hoping that nobody ends up in a life-threatening accident anytime soon. Because under Trump's new budget plan, hospitals might have a lot fewer resources and reasons to save your life. Yes! I love America! Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch! It's time for the Daily Scream! Here's what the fuck is happening. The Trump administration wants to cut over $8 trillion from Medicaid. You know, that program that helps low-income families, children, disabled individuals, and senior citizens afford medical care. Well, they want to scale back on Medicare, which actually pays hospitals to keep the fucking lights on. And I'm sure you're thinking, wait, but hospitals can't legally turn you away. Yeah. That's because of a law called EMT-ALA, which forces hospitals that take what? Medicare funding to treat you in an emergency no matter what. So if you can't pay, they still have to help you, but they'll bill you later. But here's the fun little loophole. If you start gutting Medicare and Medicaid, you're starving the very system that makes that protection possible. Hospitals lose funding, staff gets cut, ERs close, and suddenly that guarantee of care is just words on paper. Now, Trump's excuse for all of this, he's saying that there are ineligible people receiving this life-saving care, mainly undocumented immigrants. He says this bill will protect taxpayers by removing at least 1.4 million illegal immigrants from the program. But here's what he isn't telling you. Undocumented immigrants are already banned from full Medicaid coverage except for true emergencies. That's been the law for decades. So that 1.4 million people the White House is referring to, that's actually state-funded programs, not people getting federal Medicaid illegally. So when Trump says he's cutting all of this to stop illegal immigrants from getting health care, he's lying. Because the only people who are receiving this care are the ones who are legally eligible. Like these people have gone through a screening process. What this administration is actually doing? Using the fear of immigrants to justify gutting life-saving programs for everyone. So yeah, Trump isn't trying to save money. He's just laying the groundwork for a country where getting shot, getting hit by a car, or having a heart attack could literally leave you bankrupt. Or get you turned away because the hospital no longer exists. Why? To line the pockets of billionaires. You mean to tell me I'll never have a normal job because back in 2020 I went viral for spinning to the song Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo? But the President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief, the man in charge of the entire nation, who has nuclear launch code, probably one of the most professional jobs and positions of power you could ever be placed in, had the audacity to post an AI-generated video of him dropping metric tons of shit on protesters. Like, this is the president. Like, please, this is the president. The president. Oh, this is vile. Like, actually vile. And then, to make matters even fucking worse, we have the second most powerful man in this country, the vice president, posting his own AI fan cam. A literal AI-generated video of this geriatric, clogged artery, foul-smelling, shit-wearing diaper man we have the misfortune of calling our president, cosplaying as a fucking king. Step in the sun. Like, at this point, I am truly trying so hard to place myself in a position where I could understand why anybody would vote for these men. And I genuinely, I cannot think of one good fucking reason. Maybe that's why we have video proof of Trump telling everyone the election was rigged. Oh, you haven't seen that one either? Yeah, no problem. I'll show that one too.
And interestingly, I had none of them had I not had a rigged election. Had the election not been rigged, I would have been out of here. I would have been gone. The radical left would have said, we got rid of him finally. But no, now they have me for another 4 years.
And in case you weren't aware, that wasn't AI generated. That was real. So yeah, maybe not as many people actually voted for that dementia-plagued sack of leftover McDonald's fryer oil. But at the end of the day, this is who we have the misfortune of calling our president. And people say I post too much online. Bitch. Right. So ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or as I like to call them, inbreds compensating for erectile dysfunction, the agency best known for their skill set in traumatizing children, tearing families apart, detaining U.S. citizens, just spent $17 million on weapons this year. That's a 700% increase from last year. 700%! Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch. It's time for the Daily Scream. They spent $71 million on small arms, ordnance and ordnance accessories manufacturing, which is honestly just a fancy way of saying guns, armor, bombs, and basically shit you'd need in a literal war zone. ICE, the same people who couldn't even find soap for detained children, now have access to guided missile warheads. Missiles for immigration enforcement. Why the fuck do you need missiles for immigration enforcement? What are you gonna do? Launch a tomahawk at someone's expired visa? Now Trump's calling this the largest deportation operation in history. Well, yeah, no fucking kidding. You've armed ICE like they're gonna become one of the largest militaries in the fucking world. Meanwhile, we have the average American choosing between rent or affording insulin, all while Trump is building a $250 million ballroom and buying ICE explosives. Sir, why the fuck does a deportation agency have literal warheads, but they still don't have body cams? And now Trump's bragging about getting 175,000 applications for ICE. We literally live in a world where people are like, yeah, I'll sign up for the fascist Hunger Games. All this while cutting food stamps. So we're defunding food, but funding guided missiles for ICE? I don't know if you were aware, but you don't need missiles to check paperwork! Imagine being the White House press secretary, like the literal face of the US government, the person the media goes to ask questions, and responding to a journalist with the words, "Your mom did." Girl, this isn't Xbox Live. Like, you aren't in a Call of Duty lobby at 2 a.m. Like, you're meant to be briefing the nation, not bullying Huffington Post reporters. What's even wilder is I literally found out today that Caroline Leavitt is 28. She's 28 years old. This bitch has to be using hatred as an exfoliant made of battery acid. She really said, "Your mom did," involving a question about Putin. Putin, bitch.
Putin!
The man who literally invades countries for fun. And her brain immediately was like, yeah, let me hit this bitch with a "your mom" joke. I mean, I understand that the Trump administration is extremely hard to take seriously because they all act like they peaked in high school. Like the people who still talk about their glory days at Applebee's over a Bud Light Lime. But can we please pretend we're a functioning government for at least 5 fucking minutes? Like 5 minutes.